when you asked me to work with glass, I said, ooh, anytime Julie asks me, it's a great opportunity, but I was really scared. But it pushed me beyond what I had ever done before, and it became a great way of extending myself beyond what I was comfortable with. So it took me into an uncomfortable situation, which I think is always good for an artist.
Absolutely.
So I felt like a young person again.
wouldn't
It was
think you ever
wonderful.
get-
I started playing with glass in my studio, just what I could, making things in window glass. So I, cut glass and I would stack it and think about the optical qualities of glass, about refraction and reflection and opacity. And then I was starting to think about the conceptual underpinnings. What is glass? What is a liquid that becomes solid that was formerly silica and fire and cold and hot? And I started getting really into it and excited. And I generated a lot of drawings, 8.5 by 11, so I could throw them away or not. But I got really loosened up, and I was working with a lot of body projects in terms of using wood elements to extend my body into space and to create architecture around my body. So it became a natural transformation from the body adorned pieces to using glass. And then the juxtaposition of these kind of organic organ forms, breast forms, stomach forms, kidney forms, which were formerly the parts of animals were used to convey liquids. And because all my work has to do with function and human activity, drinking water, transporting water from point A to point B, then the idea of jars became vessels and vesicles and body parts. So it's extending my interior into the exterior by creating these organ forms. So there's a bit of a medical and technological and biological intersection. And in previous work, it was sheetrock and drywall and plywood being used to sheathe my body, but glass now can start to take on the form of body. So it's a nice mediation between the solidity of walls, but the softness of fabric. So I'll make a lot of drawings. Then I would take the drawings and build small little models in thermoplastic clay. It's really easy to work with, and it solidifies by baking it in an oven, a regular oven. And then I would make these small models on a scale figure. So I could mold them to the scale figure. And then I would take those little models and then draw them larger at scale. And then make templates and three-dimensional forms where I would intersect a section through the model this way and a section this way, and then bring them down to Wheaton. And then we would try to make those forms. Later on, as I got more familiar with the capability of Wheaton, I started making wooden molds that were the shape of my body, so that when we draped these glass forms over these wooden cross sections through my neck or my shoulder, they would be precise when they came out of the cooling oven, rather than approximating. So then the wood became an important part of some of these pieces, because I can work in wood. I can't work in glass physically. I don't have the capability. But I can make wood molds, and that was a really exciting process. And because I'm a woodworker as my major medium, it is a perfect balance between glass blowing and my former skill level, which is wood. But I'm addicted to glass now. I need to do this for another year, though, because I'm just getting started. I'm really pleased. When I saw it installed today, it was such a thrill, because you're excited in the moment, but you never see them outside of the context of a studio. So the opportunity to show them in the public is just fantastic for an artist. I always say I'm an artist trapped in an architect's body, but then sometimes I get it wrong and I say I'm an architect trapped in an artist's body. But I like it both ways. I mean, I love the art of architecture, and I love fine art. But it's this balance between fine and applied. That's, if I'm not on that edge where someone comes in here and says, is this a functional object? What's going on here? It's ambiguous. So I'm hoping that the public will start to complete the story. It's really great to work within the context of this space. I think of it as a laboratory where you can start to make juxtapositions and understand what you did for the past year. I mean, this is about a year's worth of work. I mean, there's more, but I just
yeah.
couldn't get to it.
Right.
And so I have a bit of a stockpile, thanks to Skitch,
Great.
of work I can continue to work on for at least through the summer.
Oh, that's great.
Which I'm really happy with.
Yeah.
Because I just couldn't get to all of them. But,
Well, I think,
we had
this
to edit out
right.
to make it,
Yeah.
look so it wasn't cluttered.
Well, bravo.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.